Hey everyone! In this video today, I want to show you guys how to make this so adorable heart bracelet in trans pride colors. This pattern could also work out pretty well with a pansexual color scheme or even bisexual, like you could have purple for your background instead of white or yellow, or you can change up your three colors in whatever order you want them to be. Or if you really just like how this bracelet looks, then feel free to use whichever colors you want. I'm pretty confident that you could follow this tutorial no matter what colors you want to use. So if you want to learn how to make this super cute heart bracelet, then keep on watching. So for this bracelet, you are going to need your two colors for your two hearts, and then you'll need your sort of background / bordering color, which I'm using white here, and then obviously because I'm doing the trans pride colors, I have my pink and blue here. Like I said, feel free to use whatever two colors that you want to. For your two different colored hearts, you'll want 2 strings for your blue, 2 strings for your pink, or whatever colors you have here obviously, and then you'll want 5 strands of your background, and that is white in my case. And as far as measuring goes, I measured my strings about 35 to 40 inches, and I'm just about to hit 6 inches on my bracelet, and I have so much string left over. So you might have a lot of scrap thread left over. And clearly on this bracelet here, not only do I have the diagonal shape start, but I made the bold decision to make a loop. Long story short, I took one of my white strings and did my lark's head knot, but one of my strands that went on the other side was considerably shorter, and then I just tied knots over it so that it's kind of buried within the loop, and then I did a square knot so that I could have all my strings come together, and then I did the diagonal shape start. Now that is very complicated and tedious if you want to go that route. If you just want to have the diagonal shape start, I'll have a tutorial in the top right corner for you to follow, and you can just have ties on both ends, or if you're really feeling adventurous, go for the loop. Now I am working on an almost finished bracelet, but even if you make a diagonal shape start or you don't have any sort of start, your color order is going to be the same, so don't be confused by my already worked on bracelet. So from left to right, you'll want to order your strings white, blue, white, white, blue, pink, white, white, pink. And obviously you can see your left hand color is on the left side, your right hand color is on the right side. So this pattern really isn't all that difficult. The heart section can be kind of tedious with the back and forth that we're about to do, but I can assure you that it's really not that difficult. We want to start with our outermost left strand, and we're going to do forward knots across all the strings to the right of it. And then we are going to come back over to the left side, and we're going to pick up our first white strand. So it'll be the second strand from the left, and we're just going to do a backward knot onto our blue strand to the left of it. And then we're going to move over to our third strand from the left, which is going to be our second white strand, and we are going to do 2 backward knots onto the next 2 strands to the left of it. And then we are going to work on our blue heart first. So between your 2 blue strands, you're going to take the left strand of the 2, and you're going to do 2 forward knots onto the next 2 strands to the right of it, and then on the 3rd one in line, you will do a forward backward knot. And then we're going to come back to our other blue strand that is on the left of the 2, obviously the one that we did not knot with. And we are going to do a backward forward knot onto the white strand to the left of it. And then onto the pink strand to the right of it, we're going to do a forward backward knot. And then we have to make an outer knot on the edge here. As you can see, there's just kind of this small gap hanging out. So with these 2 strands, since they're both the same color, you can kind of make whichever knot you want to. I am gonna make a backward knot because I'm left-handed and that just feels the most natural to me, but really feel free to do whatever knot you want to. And then we're gonna pick up this blue strand again that is on the left of the 2 nearest to these white strands here, and we are going to do a backward forward knot onto the white strand to the left of it. And then we're going to come back to our other blue strand, which is more on the right side here, of course, and we are going to do backward knots onto the next 2 strands to the left of it. And now we're going to come back to our outermost left strand here, which is our white one, and we are going to do forward knots across the next 2 strands to the right of it. We're going to move over to the 2 white strands that are in between our pink strands here, and we are going to pick up the right strand of the 2, and we are going to do backward knots onto the next 4 strands to the left of it. And now we get to move over onto the right side and make our pink heart. So we are going to come back to the other white strand that is in between our 2 pink strands here, and we are going to do forward knots across the next 2 strands to the right of it. And now we are going to come back to our 2 pink strands, and we're going to pick up the right strand of the 2, and we are going to do backward knots across the next 2 strands to the left of it, and then on this 3rd one here we are going to do a backward forward knot. And then we're going to come back to our other pink strand here, and we are going to do a forward backward knot onto the white strand to the right of it. And then we are going to do a backward forward knot onto the blue strand to the left of it. And then just like before, we need to take our 2 white strands on the right side and make a knot so that we can kind of close up this gap up here. And this time I'm just doing a forward knot, but really when I get to these edges I kind of do whatever knot just feels right. But then we are going to pick up this pink strand again, that will be the 3rd strand from the right, and we're going to do a forward backward knot onto that white strand to the right of it. And then we are going to scoot over to the left a little bit, and we're gonna pick up our other pink strand, so the one that is on the left side of the two, and we're gonna do forward knots onto the next 2 strands to the right of it. And then, to finish off the bracelet, we're going to come to our outermost right strand, and we are going to do backward knots onto the next 2 strands to the left of it. And then one last time, we're going to come back to our outermost right strand again, and this time we're just going to do 1 backward knot onto the pink strand to the left of it. And that is the whole pattern completed. It also is in a perfect diagonal line if you want to end the bracelet on a diagonal shaped end. But more importantly, if you'll notice, our strings are back in the same order as they were in the very beginning of the tutorial. So that means if you need to, you can just keep watching the set over and over as many times as you need to completely finish your whole bracelet. It's really so much more simple than it looks on the pattern itself. And the hearts are just so cute. It's very subtle, but it's just so adorable. So I want to thank you guys so much for clicking on this video and taking time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that it was really informational and enjoyable to follow along to. I really hope you guys enjoy making this pattern. Be sure to leave it a like if you liked it. That'll just help me out so much and help let me know that you guys actually did like it. Be sure to check out all of my other Pride videos that I have coming out this month and all the videos I already have out. And I will see you in the next one.